Hello there and welcome back to the channel. If you've tuned in, you want to hear about the iRacing Season 4 updates and what they mean to you. Now, I wouldn't be a content creator for sim racing if I didn't jump on this bandwagon and create some content around this, but mine is going to be slightly different. I don't simply want to list the changes, I want to tell you why they matter, what they mean to you, and what you're going to need to consider moving forward with these new updates. So without further ado, I am just another sim guy, and let's get into the video. So there's quite a lot of information to digest, and I'm going to make this as easy as possible by breaking it down into sections. So I'm going to tell you why things matter. We're going to talk about the new UI. We're going to talk about the new cars. We're going to talk about the overhaul of the GT4 class. There are some key changes to the hybrid systems, so we're also going to cover that. I'll let you know which tracks have been rescanned and what this might mean for you. There are AI updates. There are VR and performance updates, and then there's a selection of race control small fixes. Then at the end, I'm going to talk about what you might want to test and what you might want to try out before you embark on any races. And this is what week 13 is all about. Get in there, get involved, make some tweaks, and make sure that by the time season 4 week 1 comes around, you are fully equipped to be on the track, living your best sim racing life. So purely in a very bullet-based form, these are the key changes. There's a whole new sim UI, which is a built framework. It's new widgets, new scales, new camera tool redesign. There's a different way to move widgets. This is like one of the biggest things since they released Rain. So there's a lot to talk about there. Brand new cars. We've got the Aston Martin Vantage GT3 Evo, the Dallara IL15, the Indy car, and the Ford Mustang GT4, all three of which will come rain ready, which is fantastic. The GT4 class has had a physics overhaul, including rain tyre updates. The BMW M4 GT3 has been upgraded to an Evo spec. The hybrid system has been completely changed. There are major NASCAR Gen 4 drafting adjustments, which are going to be important to you if you do that series, and there are some AI improvements across that as well. New track, Mexico City, the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez circuit has been added with 7 configurations, which are going to be great. And there are some updates to Sonoma, Charlotte with rescans, and an overhaul to Alton Park, which is one of my favorite tracks. For VR, foveated rendering has been updated. There's a bit more support for VR and eye tracking, texture compression updates as well, and the AI has been expanded to support all new cars and updated track configurations, and the AI has been retrained for many of the NASCAR routes. That's good. And quality of life improvements, pace car timing tweaks, dynamic track and weather improvements, numerous track and artwork physics and updates and patches, updates to how VRAM works, proper suspension tweaks, crash fixes, etc, 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 all the little small stuff. So now we're going to have a deeper dive into each one of these topics. So like I say, I don't want this just to be a list of what's changed. I want to tell you what this means for you and how this might help you get ready for the season. So talking about the UI, for example, the new UI is a complete rebuild. It's vastly different. If you jump in, it's going to look totally different. It's a much better refreshed look. There are configurable widgets, better tooltips, UI scaling and opacity controls, a redesigned camera tool. There's a hell of a lot to talk about, way too much for one section of this video. Almost needs a whole video of its own, to be fair. But get in there, see what you think. It's cleaner, it's faster for workflows, and there is more headroom for them to add advanced features further down the line. So if you like customizing your HUD, or if you spend a lot of time watching replays, making content, making your own videos, for example, spend at least 10-20 minutes exploring all the new options. Make sure you've got everything configured, and do this well in advance of actually getting out there on track and trying to fumble around minutes before your first race of the season. So, new cars, the Aston Martin Vantage GT3 Evo. This is a hell of a machine. It's going to have refined aero, it's going to have updated physics. The Dallara car is an open wheel junior single seater for a series, and it's going to be great for those that love formula cars. Now I am one of those people, so I'm looking forward to getting that and getting out there and testing it. The GT4 Ford Mustang has been released as a new GT4 option. Now I actually I own a Mustang. I'm going to buy this. Absolutely, definitely going to buy this and run a series in this. Um, all three of these come ready for wet weather racing as well. So hopefully they'll implement some wet weather into these series, adds an extra element of strategy. So just in case, if you do get these cars, my recommendation is you get into the AI and you put the rain on and you get used to how these drive in the wet. There has been a bit of a GT4 overhaul, the BMW M4 Evo as well. The GT4 class has had multiple updates for physics and tyres, so if you run these series or if you use them in mixed classes, you're going to need to change your setups, which is going to be really important. So do that again, give yourself plenty of time for testing before the races come around. They'll have some new handling characteristics on the track, so it's going to be a great idea to make sure that you shift your setups accordingly. Now, the new hybrid system is a really big change. It's been completely overhauled. This affects any hybrid car's power delivery and how the boost is applied. So this is really important if you drive these cars. It will change the energy usage strategy and lap-to-lap consistency. The release notes include a link to the vehicle development manager's post, so you can get this on the iRacing website as well, but that's quite a lot to talk about. Not something that I race myself, but certainly going to change a lot of people in those cars moving forward. Talking about the tracks now, Season 4 brings in, as we said, the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez Mexico City circuit with 7 track configurations, huge for GT and for open wheel racing. Several NASCAR tracks have been rescanned and remodeled. New scanning, new lighting. Sonoma's had a lovely new scan. Charlotte, worldwide technology, plus art overhauls across lots of tracks like Alton Park. So if you race on any of these tracks, I would suggest loading them up, relearn the track limits. Some of the curbing has changed, some of the bumps have changed, and any visual references that you use for braking will have changed. So an idea to put some laps in and practice these. In terms of AI racing upgrades, AI received a major update, new driver color combos, retraining for many of the track lines, and AI readiness for the new cars has been implemented. AI behavior and adaptive AI have been tuned, so the difficulty spread and the responsiveness should feel a little bit more realistic. I really enjoy the AI in iRacing, and I'm going to be racing that some more. And for practice, AI should be racing better in traffic and be more consistent for solo sessions. So do get out there and try that out when you get the chance. Now, I'm a VR user, so there's been some really good news for VR users. Headset and eye tracking, foveated rendering support is now included, plus texture compression and some additional VRAM optimizations are in place that will help people with higher end headsets and rigs get some extra clarity. Make sure you get out there, test your results, and tweak the software where needed. Any additional gains might be hardware dependent, but depending on what you use to power your VR, whether it be the Oculus software, whether it be the other sort of platforms, unique software, or whether it be like through Steam VR, there is going to be some tweaking necessary to get the best out of it. So do give it a test, and again, don't leave it too late to the start of your first race and find yourself sort of struggling when you get onto the grid. Now, race control is quite a lot of small tweaks. There's been some changes in the hold delay for pit lane starts, pace car timing, some chat command improvements, numerous bug fixes around crashes, track collision improvements. The bottom line is smoother events and fewer odd edge case crashes in multiplayer. Sounds like netcode, and they're trying to improve that. Now, hopefully they have made some improvements there. There's probably still a long way to go, and the blinking car issue can be a real pain, but it looks like they're making steps towards changes anyway. So that really sums things up rather nicely. What I would suggest is trying the GT cars in the wet and in the dry, making sure you retest and reset your baseline setups. Get some laps in at Mexico City, learn the new reference points on that new track, and try out some of the different configurations depending on what series you're going to run next season. Some of these are going to be used. Check out the AI behavior changes on Sonoma and Charlotte. Give them a test. Go to Alton Park, test out the new track limits, test out the curb. If you've got VR and you've got a VR headset with eye tracking, give that a test. Check out the foveated rendering settings. Make sure you're getting the best out of that. Record your telemetry, compare your lap times, see how stable you are, and work on your consistency. So hopefully that gives you a very brief and quite quick rundown of everything that's happening. And if you've got any questions, do leave them in the comments. If it's anything I can help with, then I'll be sure to get back to you. I always reply to every comment. And we also have a fantastic Discord community building up with hundreds of members. So use the links, get in there and talk to everyone in our community. We'll be doing some more community races, and it's been a fantastic journey growing that over time. So do drop us a sub, leave us a like, share with your friends, share in your own communities, and we hope to see you on track soon. Enjoy the rest of week 13, and I'll see you on the track in season 4. I've been just another sim guy. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Peace.